Hello everyone, today I want to talk about some console mods being removed as well as other issues that I've been facing. I recently had to do a fresh reinstall and try to restore my saves because I had an Origin Gale playthrough that I was doing on stream, and unfortunately I got the server shutting down issue, which I unfortunately have not been able to resolve as of yet, but I'll be talking about some other problems, and we did have some console mods get removed. Now there's also some PC mods that got removed, which I'll talk about in this video, but right now there is 200 mods available on console. This was 202, and it reduced to 201 yesterday, and another one got removed today. I was trying to reach out to the person that notified me of this, but unfortunately you can't figure out which mod was removed. I have a feeling that it was a DICE mod, but we also had a mod that was removed a little while back, and no one is talking about it at all. But the Stronger Slayer mod, which was added to console, it got removed. Now, this does cause problems for some people. Whenever mods get removed, it treats it as though it's a third-party mod, and those aren't able to be processed on PlayStation or Xbox. So for those that have save files with that in them, it makes it so that you can't use your saves, which is obviously a huge deal. So I'll talk a bit about that in this video, as well as share some of the mods that did get removed from PC that I've been using, and trying to clear them out of my I guess load order of mods has been quite difficult. So yeah, we did have a few that got dropped. I think that the Mana Flare mod, which was recently added to console, there's two associated mods that go along with that. They got removed from PC, but on console we still have the Mana Flare mod. As you can see there, it is available on console and there, but unfortunately there was two mods that were associated with this mod that are no longer available. One of them is no longer available, but it does cause some issues, so that's, I guess, something I wanted to touch on. So there's this Citizen's Outfit console only named mod, and for some reason this got removed from PC and it's not even available on console. So that does cause some issues. I can still load the clothing in, which is strange. Like I've played through and had it in one of my playthroughs, but I think it is causing some issues. Also, the Death Knight and Dark Ranger got removed from PC, as well as I mentioned, the Mana Flare mods, but there's also some other ones. If you see the X's here, some of them are third-party mods. Like this is the Bloodborne outfit that I like to use. So that one is a third-party mod, but there's some, like the Mana Flare base patch here, so you can see these Mana Flare. They're from the in-game mod manager, and so is this, but this one did get removed, causing some issues, obviously. So there is a lot of other mods here. I've been trying to clean them up as much as possible. Some of them I can actually keep. Another one being the Pirate mod, which is from the in-game mod manager as well. Red Wizards of Fae, which I recently just downloaded, now no longer available. So this is becoming quite concerning. And also Simple Hairstyles, one that I use pretty commonly, says it's no longer available, but I can still use it. Very strange to see these in my load order here, but unable to be used. And as I mentioned, like Trials of Tab roguelike, I can use. This is a mod that I can use, but it's a third-party mod, so it's a bit strange. Now on console, this is actually much more of an issue. So whenever I try to load into a game, let's say I want to go into my Gale playthrough here, I get my third-party mod pop up there. I go to load into it, and I'll just cut forward to what happens. So this is the error that I get: safe load failed, error code 302. Looked into this, don't really have much information. It will also say that the server is shutting down. That's the other error that I get whenever I try to load into it. Now, I did a bunch of research, and I think I know the culprit. It's potentially the Fear Tailor's Camp Clothing mod, as this has been causing issues for a lot of other players. And due to its large size, that could cause some potential issues because there's like 500 different items there. So I'm not sure if that is the reason for it. I do still have it installed, but yeah, I'm getting this error here. Now, I did end up getting it working. However, I did have to uninstall and then reinstall some of the mods that I had in the game, which is odd. I don't know why that managed to make it work, but this is a problem I've been dealing with for a while now. And yeah, I guess if you're having issues with the mods being loaded in, it might be a good idea to try and remove the mods and then reinstall them. So this is, again, here, this mod that everyone is wearing, this is no longer available to be downloaded, but it's loaded into my game, so it's forced to be here. And if I were to remove that, I think I would lose this save file. So maybe you want to be conscious of the mods you have installed. And there was recently a mod restriction of only 100 mods available on console. So it might be wise to stick within that 100 mods downloaded, because otherwise you may run into some issues. So like in my inventory here, I did have a couple different items that I did have to reinstall the mods for, like the magical loots. I tried to remove this one, and the game was telling me, no, I need to have this back in because I had this here. There is a solution for this though. If you're able to summon in using the cheater's ring, the tutorial chest, throw the items that you want to remove from the mods into it and then uninstall that mod. You could potentially get around it that way. So if you want to get rid of like the shotgun mod, for example, something you could do is summon in the tutorial chest, put the shotgun in there, and then let the tutorial chest disappear. It basically gets rid of it. You can also, if you're near a large chasm, you can just throw it into it and that'll delete the mod itself. But it just works a little bit better if you're to use just the mod that summons in the tutorial chest and then removes it. So that can be a quick workaround for that. But there's also a lot of other issues that pop up with mods. So I just want to talk about those because I know a lot of people are having issues and I want to try and address them as much as I can in this video. One I definitely want to focus on is the Origin Mirror mod here. This one does cause issues for some people. It causes issues for me on PC and console. No matter what you do, there's mods that will just have some issues to them. So this one here was last updated 8 days ago. That update has not been pushed out to consoles. It causes issues as well if you have Shadowheart with blonde hair or Will in his devil form. So that does cause problems there. But I also have my game crash if I try to change Karlach and Astarion. So that does prove to be a bit problematic at times. I mentioned Fear Taylor's camp clothing mod here earlier, and they actually do have a bit of an update here on if you have any issues. Like my issue is the 302 arrow that you saw earlier, and server crash, you may need a downgrade to a previous version of the mod. For me, what oddly worked is uninstalling it and reinstalling it, so that might work for you, or downgrading the mod as well. So I know downgrading does cause some mods to start working properly again if you have a save file on a previous version of that mod and then you try to load it in with a later version. Try maybe disable it or downgrading some of the mods. You may have to do that in order for it to work properly. Another best practice that was shared was do not upgrade your mods mid playthrough. This is hard for me because I have so many playthroughs on the go and just a lot of issues that come with that. So if you add a mod in and then update it, sometimes it will cause issues, and that's why downgrading sometimes does work to help fix those problems. Another mod that causes me issues is the starting armor mod. I know other people have had issues with this. It even removes some of the subclass features if you're choosing like fighter or ranger. So be mindful of that because it does add a different selection for armor, which I think is a cool mod, but it just brings on a lot of problems. And if you try to uninstall this mod later on, you get problems. My recommendation, if you're wanting to use a mod like this, use the cheater's ring and summon in an armor that you want to use. And instead of just having this mod here, which is something you don't use after the first 5 seconds of creating a playthrough, and then you never get to use this again until you make a new playthrough. So with the cheater's ring, you can do all of that with it without having to worry about issues from this mod. Another mod that just recently got added was the Godslayer mod. Now, this one does end up removing reactions, unfortunately, for some people. I've lost my reaction ability too, so you still have the reaction here, but whenever you're prompted to use your reaction, it doesn't always pop up, and it only pops up for certain things. Like I found with certain armor pieces, like the Vest of Soul Rejuvenation, it allows you to do your attacks using that reaction whenever the opponent misses. And that's really the only reaction that I was able to get working for me. Counterspell doesn't work, and many of the others don't work. So just be mindful if you have the Godslayer. It may cause issues with your reactions. It kind of goes without saying the debug book will have issues that you may pop into if using it. Like if you teleport to Act 3, do some things, and go back to Act 1. Obviously, there's going to be some issues that may pop up. Just be mindful while using this mod in particular. Another mod that does cause issues for a lot of people is the Unlock Level Curve mod. I actually mentioned this in a video just recently, and some people weren't even aware, but this breaks Druid Wild Shape. You can only get the first ones that you get at the start of a game, and the mod creator is aware. They have been away and unable to fix this mod, but they will be working on it whenever they get back, and it said sometime in December they will be back, so hopefully we will get this update because it hasn't been updated in 67 days. But if you're wanting to play as a Druid, maybe skip out on this mod for the time being. But yeah, as a general rule of thumb, if you're having issues with mods, it may be best to downgrade them maybe when you go into your save file if it's prompting you for that, or at best just be limited with the mods that you use. I would recommend testing out a mod, go through, level your character up, go through all different types of combat, things like that before saving with that mod, just to make sure that you're not having any issues with it. That is probably the best thing that you can do to ensure that you may have minimal issues when it comes to console modding and modding in general, but there's always issues that will arise. So yeah, that's just something to keep in mind. And I just want to make this video as I was getting some questions around it, and I was having a bunch of issues too, so I thought it'd be good just to talk about it. So let me know if you're having any mod issues. I'll try to do my best to be able to help out with that. Hopefully we don't see any more mods get removed, but it could have been for a number of reasons. Like some of them do cause issues. So just want to touch on that. And if you know what mod got removed, I've been researching. I still can't figure it out. Even looking through my save files, I cannot find it. So let me know if you know, and hit the subscribe button below if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.